life is not easy, is it? Because we live in a world where it don't matter what you want. People want what they want. A lot of times we have friendships, and they're close friendships, as long as it's convenient for everybody to be friends. Meaning that when somebody is having to sacrifice or come up a little short or feel like they aren't being heard, then they ain't friends no more, right? Any type of little bump in the road kind of tests your friendship. And we go through this world and you see a lot of tests, right? And a lot of things in the world don't pass the test. But you know, when those tests fail, it kind of hurts. You have to go through some healing, and it takes a while sometimes. So what we're talking about today is I'm not okay. And I'm still not okay, right? Life hurts. Life is hard. Things happen to us sometimes when we were kids, and we deal with it up until our 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s because of something that happened when you were 5 or 6 or 13. People who got bullied at school will hold on to that for a long time. I had a person, I went to a party when I was like 30. And I remember a young lady, person said, "Aren't you Reggie Alexander?" And I said, "Yeah." "You bullied me in the 5th grade." And I said, "I did?" And she told me, I called her a name. I said, "Oh, that wasn't me. That was the other light-skinned dude." And she said, "Oh, I've been hating you for years." And I said, "It wasn't even me." But I remember what you're talking about. I was there. But I think you got us mixed up. But that wasn't the point. The point was she's been hurting, right? Really hurting for that long that you see somebody at a odd place and you approach them with anger from what happened to you in the 5th grade. That's a lot of pain to hold on to. It may seem simple and you may chuckle at it, but that's a lot of pain to hold on to. Now, you've been hurt before. You ever worried? You ever doubted? You ever felt a little depressed, fearful? But then, if somebody asks you how you doing, what you say? "I'm all right." And depending on where you at in life depends on how that sound's coming out, right? If you depressed, is how you doing? "I'm okay. I'm all right." And it's kind of melting, But if you're really trying to convince somebody, "How you doing?" "Oh, hey, how you doing?" "I'm fine." Voice go way up. Like, well, what's going on? Something, but you're not going to tell everybody. You're definitely not going to tell a stranger. And I know that's just a formality, but sometimes we hold on to that a little deeper. But I want y'all to realize something. Sometimes those things just don't go away on their own. That pain, that hurt, that depression, whatever it is you're dealing with, sometimes it just doesn't go away. But we are believers of God, right? We have faith, right? We give it to him, right? Now, when we give it to him, doesn't he take it? And isn't our goal to give it to him and he take it away? And that's a blessing, isn't it? But you think about it. Sometimes you hurt, you pray, you give it to him. What are you supposed to do? Believe and walk away. Do you walk away like it never happened? Don't you feel better when he takes it? Don't you just walk away from it and leave it there and say, "God, you got it," and you go on about your business, don't you? You live life like you just, "Oh, I'm good now." But you know what? You're still not okay, are you? You're still hurting, aren't you? Sometimes those are just words. "God, take my burden. Take it from me." And I can't pray about it no more because if I pray about it, I'm doubting. I don't want doubt. I pray one time, God take it, and I'm supposed to be all right. And I bury that thing. And it just sits there. But guess what? It's still there, ain't it? It ain't go nowhere. Why is that? Why can't I just give it to you, God, and you take it away? I listen to people testimony, and they say they used to drink, or they used to lust, or they used to do this, and they prayed to you, and it was gone. And they never had that desire again. But I prayed, and it's still there. Oh, I prayed for that pain that happened to me when I was a kid. And I finally went to you and I felt better for about a couple of hours. But as I was sitting on my couch, it came back. And it came back even harder. What is that? But I tell myself I gave it to God. And then when people ask me about it, I don't mention it. Why is that? Well, let's look at this today. I want you to know something. So first, let's look at what God has for us. Let's go to Psalms. Go to Psalms 91. We're going to pick up in verse 14. So the thing is, I want y'all to know this from today. You may not be okay. And that's okay. That's all right. It's all right. It's okay not to be okay. I want you to think about that. And then we're going to uncover what it means, okay? You're going to hear okay a lot today. All right. Because he loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue him. I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name. He will call on me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. Notice he says he will be with you in trouble. That means things are kind of consistently going on, but he's going to be there with you. I want to move on through some scripture because I want you to see something. Psalms 109. Flip over there. Psalms 109. And then from there we're going to go to Psalms 50. Psalms 109, verse 26 and 27. This says, help me, Lord, my God. Save me according to your unfailing love. Let them know that it is your hand, that you, Lord, have done it. So he did it. He completed it. He fixed it. Right? And then in Psalms 50, verse 15. And call on me in the day of trouble. I will deliver you, and you will honor me. Okay, so now we know this. This has been concreted in what we believe. When we get in trouble, we go to who? God. We take it to him. We leave it with him. And we say, God, you got it. Right? But we have to go to him in confidence. So go to Hebrews 4 and 16, and then I'm going to expand a little bit more. Hebrews 4 and 16 say, let us then approach God's throne of grace with confidence, so that we may receive mercy and find grace to help us in our time of need. And then in 13 and 6, Hebrews 13 and 6, it says, so we say with confidence, the Lord is my helper. I will not be afraid. What can mere mortals do to me? So, here's what we're going to build on. We know the Lord has our back. We know he can help us in the time of trouble. We know we can give it to him. We know that we can go to him with confidence. We also know that we're going to have trouble. We also know that we're going to go through some things. But we know where to go. But what happens when we give it to him and we still feel bad? We still hurt. We still can't get over the trauma that happened to us. What is that? Because I'm supposed to leave it to him. He's supposed to take it. Then I'm supposed to get on about my life like nothing happened. But why can't I do that? Sometimes we have to get over the mental state. Okay? When you're sick, all right, you're sick, right? But a lot of times we believe, and you may know people in you, and you may be like this. You coughing, you hacking, you hurting, whatever going on. How you doing? Oh, I'm fine. You sick? No, I ain't sick. I ain't claiming that. I ain't putting that in the atmosphere. I'm not sick. By God, I am not sick. By faith, I am not sick. I am healed by faith. But in reality, what are you? You sick. And that's okay. You sick. I can tell you sick. But you're not going to admit you're sick, right? You're not going to claim you sick. But the problem is, the more you say you're not sick, and by faith you're not sick, you still have to believe that God's going to heal you. So what is he going to heal you from if you're not sick? Because you're not sick until you're what? Well. Now y'all may say, you going against everything? That ain't faith teaching you. Hold on. I want y'all to, okay, let's go through an example. Let's take a man. This man is sick. He's going through something. He's obviously sick. And you say, man, you sick? No, I ain't sick. I'm not putting that in the atmosphere. I'm not going to state it. You have what you say. And I'm not going to say that I'm sick. But he's going through the process of everybody who is sick. Now, he prays and he's healed. God heals him. And he's back 100%. And we say, hey, brother, I see you got a testimony. And he says, I sure do. And he comes up here and he grabs the microphone and he say, I was sick. When I asked you last time, you said you weren't sick. You said you was all right. But now when you give your testimony, you say I was sick and God what? So y'all heard this before. So is it okay to be sick in the past but not the present? I mean, just help me out. Because when I give my testimony, I got to say I came from something and he brought me to something. So obviously you were sick. Now I get it, right? I get by faith what we say, but sometimes we got a state of where we are. So God can take us from where we are to where we need to be. Now that don't mean that you believe you're going to stay there. What you believe in is that he's going to take you somewhere greater. But at the same time, sometimes we got to go ahead and say, I'm a little broken right now. And it ain't just sick. See, we'll believe that when we say we sick, but when we depressed, when we hurting, when we got something, we just try to bury that thing. And we say we not, but we are. We say we not hurting, but we really are hurting. And somebody say, what's wrong with you? Nothing. What going on, man? You all right? Yep. You want to talk? Nope. Let's go over here and talk. I don't feel like it. I'm good. I'm all right. Y'all heard it before, right? But every sign is saying, you not good. You are not okay. But guess what? It's okay not to be okay. You broke. You ain't got no money. I ain't claiming that. Can you get some food? But I ain't broke. Whatever you ain't, you need some money. But if you don't tell me you broke, guess what? You good? I'm good. You need some money? I don't need nothing. God supplies all my needs. I thought you needed some money, but I guess you all right. So I'm going to, well, hold on. Before you walk away, I might need a little something to tide me over. Tide you over to what? To pay my mortgage. That ain't no tiding over. You need some money, man. You broke. Let's get you some help. I want y'all to understand what we can do. It's a difference between faith and foolishness. You can't ignore your state of where you are. And it's okay to say that you're not okay. It's all right to say you're not all right. Maybe you are in the shop. The problem is not saying what's wrong. It's not knowing where to go to fix it. Because if my car is beat up and it's got dents in it, it don't take much to look at it and be like, man, your car got a bunch of dents in it. No, it don't. It do. I'm looking at it. No, I ain't going to claim that. Well, you ain't got to claim it, but it's a bunch of dents in this car. But guess what? I know who can fix it. And depending on how many dents you have in that car, it may have to stay in the shop a little while longer. But guess what? As long as you take it to the right repairman, it's going to be okay. So it's not about being okay. It's about knowing you are going to be okay. So long as you stay here and say, I'm okay, but you're still not okay, but you confident in staying here saying I'm not okay, the longer you're going to stay there saying the words, but never progressing. But when you say, you know what? I'm not all right, but I went to the right source and I have faith that I'm going to be all right. And I know that he's going to get me all right real soon in his timing. Because you know why? I admitted to him that I ain't all right. And it's okay to tell people that. I don't believe that. God ain't like that. Jesus ain't like that. Guess what? Who's your ultimate example? Jesus. Jesus was not okay. There were times when Jesus was not okay. Go to Matthew 26. Matthew 26 says, he took Peter and the two sons of Zebedee along with him, and he began to be sorrowful and troubled. Jesus, your Lord and Savior, was sorrowful and troubled. Them some hard words. Sorrowful and troubled. Then he said to them, my soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death. That's pretty bad. And notice who he told. Did he tell God? He told who? The disciples who were following him. He was the leader. He told his followers, I'm hurting so bad, I'm overwhelmed so much to the point of death. Stay here and watch with me. Going a little farther, he fell to his face to the ground and prayed. My Father, if it is possible, may this cup be taken from me. Yet not as I will, but as you will. Notice, he told them, but he took it to God. He said it to them, but he went to God. He stated it to them, so now I got my background singers, but I'm going to God. He didn't stay with them and say, you know what, I'm hurting, and this is what I'm going through, and I need your help, and I need you to help me, and then put all the expectations on them to fix it, and then get mad at them when they didn't come through. No, he said, hey, I'm hurting so bad, I got to go to God and pray. Can y'all pray with me? Can y'all be in like mind with me? Can y'all intercede for me while I go to God? Because I'm hurting. I'm really not okay. I'm really going through something. But I need y'all on my team to go to God. But a lot of us will hurt. I ain't hurting. I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm good. I prayed one time. God got it. I left it. He gonna do it. He gonna handle it. By faith I stand. And then you hurt. Oh, Lord, I can't do it. I don't know what I'm going to do. I need you. Who? Friend. Because I can't go back to God, because if I go back to him after I pray one time, then I'm doubting, right? Where does it say that at? Where does it say that at? It don't say that. And then we say Jesus was different. Jesus was different, though. I'm not going to be crucified. I'm not going through this. I'm not going through the pain he was going through. He went through this extreme thing. I'm going through something small. Well, guess what? Hebrews said he was our ultimate example. He went through the extreme so that you could go through the simple. Because, see, if he went through the simple, you would think, oh, he's off. He had to go through the hard stuff to show you could go through the easy stuff. But temptation is temptation and pain is pain. I don't care what happened to you as a kid and what happened to you as a kid. Just because they don't equal out don't mean they don't hurt. You scrape your knee, you break your leg, they both hurt. You may need a Band-Aid, you may need a cast, but you need some help. Either way, it hurt. And either way, it takes a degree of focus and of attention to heal it. Because that scraped knee can lead to a staph infection. The broken leg may heal by itself. Just because you hurt don't mean it's simple. It means you hurt and you need to be fixed. But just because Jesus operated in extreme means that you can operate in the simple. Jesus fasted for 40 days, went to the wilderness, and was tempted by who? The devil. So he was hungry, he was weak, and the devil tempted him. At his lowest, weakest state, here comes the strongest tempter of all to tempt him. Why did he do that? So that after you finish your meal and Keisha tell you to do something, you can resist. Something simple. He was spit up on so that you could be cut off and make it home okay. You got what I'm saying? All these little things that you go through, he went through the big things. So if I can go through the big thing, you can handle the small thing. It's okay. He was beaten and lashed and still survived so that you can cough and still get out of bed. See, he was raised from the dead so you could get out of bed. That's all it is. It's extreme, but it's still the same. The example is still there so that he could operate. And when you think for a second that you can't keep going to God when you still not okay, think again. Because now I want you to go to Luke. And notice when he told the people that he was to the point of death, he said it out loud. He let it be known to the people. And in verse 41, Luke 22, 41 through 45, he says he withdrew about a stone's throw beyond them. So he was right there. He ain't going too much secret. Stone's throw ain't that far, right? He knelt down and he did what? Prayed. Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me. Yet not my will, but yours be done. Guess what happened? An angel from heaven appeared to him and did what? Strengthened him. The angel came and gave him strength. So God sent the angel. I done prayed a lot of years. I done went through a lot of things. And I can honestly tell you, I ain't never looked up and seen no angel to say, you're going to be all right and give you strength. Might be nervous if I saw it, right? But we know God gave us the Holy Spirit to help us through those things. But imagine if you looked up and you saw a man standing there. God sent me, you need to start with a fear not. I need a fear not. Give me a fear not, because I'm fearing, right? And you give me the fear not, I'm like, okay, I'm good. But that don't happen normally. It can, but it don't happen that often. God gave us the Holy Spirit to lead us. But here comes the angel. The angels give him strength. So I want you to walk through it. He said to the disciples, I'm hurt to the point of death. He goes and he prays, Lord, here's what I want, right? God sends an angel to strengthen him. And what does the next verse say? The next verse said, and being in anguish. Hold on. The angel came and gave you strength. You ain't good? And being in anguish, pain, stress, hurt, sorrowful, he prayed more earnestly, and his sweat was like drops of blood falling to the ground. When he rose from prayer and went back to his disciples, he found them asleep, exhausted from sorrow. Notice, he was still hurting. He was still in pain, even after all that, because what he was going through was pretty bad. What happened is he went through what's called hematohydrosis, right? Hemo being blood, hydrosis meaning water, sweating blood. People have done that in the past. They say when they get ready to go to battle, they're nervous, especially back in the olden days. And you can imagine, I always think about this. You think about high stress situations, right? I'm getting ready to go to battle, and you know how them people standing there, and you the front line, you got the shield, you got your sword, your spear, and they banging it, we finna go to battle. And the other team over there, they looking at you, you looking at them, and you got the man with the horse giving you, all right, here we go, y'all get ready, and we getting ready to charge, and he gonna say charge, and I'm probably standing there like, oh my God. I don't know how good I am, right? I'm gonna have, you want me to run to him fast as I can and hit him with this? I don't like this plan. So I might sweat a little blood because I'm going to be pretty nervous. That's an extreme stress situation. That's when they have seen this happen before. This just gives you the degree to how stressed and how sorrowful and how hurt Jesus was. This happened after the angel gave him strength. So imagine how hurt he must have been to after the angel gave him strength, he was still hurting that bad. And you mean to tell me that you strong enough to just let it go? Some things you can, some things you can't. Sometimes you got a child that you praying for so hard, and you let it go, but you can't let it go. And you say, God, please help my child. He out there, she out there. I don't want nothing to happen to my child. And they doing stuff to where I know this doesn't happen to other people. And if they keep this up, I'm really afraid that this is going to happen. Or your job situation, or your health. Sometimes somebody just doesn't hurt you so bad. Sometimes it's your husband's family, your wife's family, it's your mom and your daddy. You just want that relationship and that bond, and you can't get it, and it hurts. And even though you gave it to God, when you know you're going to go and be around them, you're about to go through some pain. And it hurts. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right to hurt. It's also okay to know who to give it to. Because he said, sometimes it's not about just taking all the pain away because it's going to sting a little bit. It's having somebody to be there with you. I don't know if y'all ever visited a gravesite of a loved one. Sometimes it's not easy to go there and just be happy. Sometimes it still hurt that they not here. Sometimes in that ground is your best friend. Sometimes that person that's gone, it tears you up. And it's okay. But the difference is you're not standing there alone. God can hold you. And guess what? He don't just have to hold you on the day of the funeral. He can hold you a year later. He can hold you 5 years later. He can hold you every day. Maybe you was with this person every single day, and you need somebody to hold you every single day. And guess what he said? I will never leave you or forsake you, meaning I will be there every single day because you still hurting. And maybe you never stop, but guess what? You gonna know that you can put all that on me, and I can ease some of that pain away. It won't cut as deep. You may shed a tear, but it'll dry. You're going to be all right. And that all right feeling feels real nice. So it's okay not to be okay. And then, on top of that, when we look around, we hurt, so we lash out at other people because they can't fix the hurt. Sometimes I'm hurting so bad that I try to dump it on somebody else to fix it for me. But they can't. Sometimes they don't even try. That's too much. I can listen, but hey, man, that's all I got. And then you may have some of them friends that, man, you open up to them, and Lord knows they open up to you, and you say, hold on, it's my turn. No, here, you take this waterfall with you too, because I'm hurting, and we hurting together. And guess what? Ain't nobody fixed it. We just talking, they don't love me neither. I'm like, hey, I came to you for some help. You hurt worse than me. How you gonna help me? I thought you was good. I ain't good. I thought I was good too, but see, you started talking now, you done got me. Oh Lord, I can't deal with this. I ain't got nobody now. He all broke up. Now I'm crying by myself again. Why I tell him anything? Now we both crying. Hurt. That's some pain. You sitting there talking to your buddy, now both of y'all got to tell, give me some of that ice cream too, dog. I'm hurt. Pain is pain, people. But you got to think about it like Paul. Paul says in 2 Timothy 4, 16 through 18, I don't know if how many of y'all been to court. I don't been to court for traffic ticket, boy. I'd be nervous. Like, man, they might just get mad at me for some reason and lock me up. Court is a nerve-wracking situation, especially when they talking about locking you up. And I wasn't even in the Roman times, right? Who knows what was going on? Paul said, at my first defense, no one came. Nobody came, but everyone deserted me. May it not be held against them. I don't even care. It's good. But the Lord stood by my side and gave me strength so that through me the message might be fully proclaimed and all the Gentiles might hear it. And I was delivered from the lion's mouth. The Lord will rescue me from every evil attack and will bring me safely to his heavenly kingdom. To him be the glory forever and ever. Amen. But now that we say we good, God got me. I'm too blessed to be what? No, you ain't. Some of y'all didn't get stressed till you got blessed. Because when you got blessed, all your friends trained and stressed you out. God blessed you. You got some money. And here they come. Cousin. I didn't know we were cousins. Well, we ain't family, but we like family. We are? Yeah. Let me hold something. Let me holler at you. Come here, let me talk to you for a second. How you doing? I'm fine. Okay, good. All right. Now you stressed because your people ain't treating you right no more. You trying to do better so you don't hang out like you used to. Oh, you done changed. You ain't the same. Can't be around you no more. Little passive aggressive type of conversations that you have. I see you big time. Too good for us. Oh, you done came back to see the little people. I see you. And you just trying to love on them. Guess what that do? Stress. Little weird comments. Little jokes, but not jokes. Talking about where you at. Oh, you think you better than everybody. I'm just playing. No, you ain't. Stressed. Y'all been there, ain't you? I know it. And you try to laugh. What that mean? Why they look at me like that? Why when I walk in, they stop talking? Oh, don't talk like that around her no more. You know, she saved. We'll see how long that lasts. It ain't funny. But you know, y'all been there. Stressed. Guess what? It's going to happen again and again. But you got somewhere to go. You know who to go to. God is a savior. But he keeps saving. Right? He keeps rescuing you. So he didn't just save you one time. Sometimes you got to be rescued over and over and over again. Because that's who he is and that's what he does. But we have to know, I may look okay, but it ain't okay. I might laugh, but there's some tears in there. It's some pain that I still got to work on. But I know where to go. And God got me. He always got me. God is a God of results and a God of answers. And we got to know all that stuff that Jesus went through. It didn't stop, right? It still happened. We know that what had to happen. But look at what happened in the end. From that, he was put on the right side of God. Meaning he had that power. He earned his spot. So sometimes you got to go through what you got to go through. Sometimes that pain is going to cut a little deep. Sometimes that sickness take a lot out of you. Sometimes it really does hurt. And sometimes you get really concerned. Trust me, I'm talking to myself, right? Going through some stuff. You be sitting there, oh, Lord, what is that? What I got to go through? What is going to happen? What is this? What is that? You ain't got all the answers. And it's horrible not to have all the answers. And you can't just go lay in your mama's lap like when you was a baby, you know. I could, but I ain't going to do it. Kind of weird looking. But sometimes you need that comfort. Because you get up in here, man, it starts messing with you. It starts getting rough. But then you look at where God brought you from. So I'll tell y'all this. I'm going to go here. But so I got to have a procedure in a couple weeks, right? And I had to go give all my medical history. All the surgeries I done had. I didn't even know I had that many. The lady said, can you just print this out? Because I don't feel like typing all this stuff. So I'm on number 8. And all the surgeries I done had, when I tell people what they are, they're like, huh? And these nurses and doctors, I ain't never heard of that one. They're like, me either. You know, if you ain't heard of it, I sure ain't heard of it. And they be a little crazy. But God just brought you through it. You know, I was in the hospital one time back on about, 10 years ago now? Just laid up in the hospital. And I'm fine. I got a little fever. But I didn't know I had a 50% chance of living. They said, oh, man, you could die from this. You could die from anything. So when they said it, it's just like, oh, okay, well, glad I'm in here. But I didn't know I was in there, and they still stressing like, you could die from this. I'm like, oh, still? I didn't know still. I thought I could have if I wouldn't have, but you saying still now, right now, for real? Okay, now I'm a little concerned, right? But God brought you through. So I know he's going to bring me through. But at the same time, while you're here, you're like, oh, man. Seriously? Again? Another phone call? Again? Got to tell my family? Again? I don't want to be the sickly boy. But, you know, sometimes you got to just fight through it. So, all this is to say, it's okay. And guess what? I'm going to keep going to God. God, you got to get me there. I know where I'm going. I ain't going to my wife. I ain't going to my mama. But guess what I do? Tell my aunts. I tell my mama. I tell my wife. I tell my kids. Hey, man, I'm struggling. Go to pray. Right? I ain't going to sit here and just all y'all. Now, I'll tell y'all to know. But at the same time, I know where I got to go to get it fixed. Because, see, here's God. And we know He's an on-time God. But here's the thing. I want you to know this. When you know where to go, you know where the cure is, you get the medicine. This is what y'all think. I want y'all to really, really stay with me right here when we wrap this up. You go to the doctor and you stressed out, right? And I'll tell you, I got a lot of stuff that was like just hereditary, right? And you have to go to the doctor, they check you out. And I don't know about you, but the worst time is when they say, hey, go take this test, and then come see me in 2 weeks and we'll talk about it. Man, 2 weeks, I need you to take this test. I'm gonna need to sit here while you go through it and talk to me. Grade it while I'm here. Because them a long 2 weeks, man. I don't know what you gonna tell me. And then I got, oh Lord, don't do this. Don't Google it. Because Google will kill you. I got a slight cough. That could be cancer and death. Oh my God. I thought it was cold. I thought it was just a little hiccup. Thought it was pollen. Google done killed you. And you got 2 weeks to think about what if. All right, so now you done stressed out, right? You go to the doctor and he said, oh, take this, you'll be all right. And man, you go to CVS so fast, y'all got it yet? Like, no, he just called across the street. I'll wait. And that waiting, you feel good. About to take this, gonna be all right. And you take that, I'm gonna be okay. Here's the difference. You don't know nothing about what you just took except the man who's the doctor told you to take it and told you if you take it, you'll be okay. That's all you got. But you leave there with confidence knowing as long as you got your pills, you're going to be good. And here it is. Now, you know you're not good yet, but you feel a lot better because you know you're going to be good as long as you keep taking what? Pills. Robitussin, NyQuil, whatever it is, going to take the pain away. You can have a headache. Give me that. Okay, it's going to be gone in a minute. Now you feel better, right? As you start healing. And here it is. We got God with a whole record of how he heals. And we give it to him and we want to say, oh, I'm good. No, you ain't. But guess what? I done took with the medicine. I done took God. I got him on my side, so I'm going to be okay. So now you can be confident in knowing where he's going to take you. You got confidence in the pills? You can't wait to get to the doctor. You hope he give you something because you want to feel better. But God is bigger than any medicine that's on earth. And guess what? Here's the beautiful thing. All the side effects are positive. See, when they give you the side effects, you start looking like, man, I might rather deal with what I got going on. I'm just a little sore, but this stuff here, the side effects list is long. The side effects longer than the regular commercial. But everybody happy. Know about that. Philippians 4:6 says, don't be anxious about anything. Don't worry about it. In every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God. And he got it. Isaiah 41:10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. I got you. Believe in me and you will be okay. So notice it didn't say that Jesus was worried about it. It says that he was anguished. It didn't say that Jesus doubted. It said that he was in pain. And guess what? If he can admit that he wasn't okay, I can tell you, I ain't okay, but I'm going to be okay. You can say, yeah, it hurt me. And guess what? It still hurt me because that was my daddy. That was my cousin. That was my friend. That was my... Or maybe I'm just sick and I'm trying to get better, but I'm not okay. But guess what? God got me. And I ain't just saying it. I'm not just saying it for you. I'm saying it for me because I know that I'm in the shop and I'm in repair. I may not be all right, but I'm getting there. He taking me on this trip. And every now and then he fired me up. Okay, that's sounding pretty good. We clearing it out. All right, you good. You about to be road ready pretty soon. And next thing you know, you moving like the rest, like you should be moving. You ain't just putting through life. And that's where you need to be, ain't it right? So you may not be okay, but you're going to be okay. By the faith in God, you're going to be okay.